Hey everyone, Emeka here. How's it going? In this video, I want to talk to you about whether or not you should be using freelancers or companies when you start off with Kindle publishing. All right, I have used both, and for different reasons, I still continue to use both. So let me dive into the pros and the cons of both freelancers and companies, and just give you kind of my thoughts on just some of the things to consider before you choose which one to use. If you're new to the channel, be sure to check out some of my other videos on what choices you need to be making when you're a brand new publisher. Those will be linked in the description box down below. So, freelancers or companies, which one should you be using? Let's talk about the pros first of using companies. Companies provide all-in-one service. So what that means is when you place an order for your book, what you're going to receive back is going to be a finalized book, most likely formatted for Kindle. You might have to do some small adjustments, but that's okay. You're going to receive something that's been proofread, edited, and put through Copyscape to make sure it's 100% original material. That is your all-in-one service, one of the main benefits of using a company. Another huge benefit of using a company is scalability. What that means is I'm able to order 5 or 10 books from one company at once and get them all back within a certain period of time. With freelancers, that's a little bit more limited. Let's talk about some of the negatives or some of the not so fun things about a company. Cost. I have found from my personal experience that cost does seem to be a little bit higher when you're working with companies. They're also not as flexible in terms of price negotiation. If you've been following my videos for a while, you know I negotiate my prices on pretty much anything I can. Unfortunately, writing companies, it's just, they're a company, they're an organization, they have set prices. You kind of have to abide by that. Another one of the negatives is they're not flexible in terms of what you can get done with the book. They're either going to offer clickable table of contents for free or you have to pay for it. Some companies do not offer any graphics, pictures, or anything else like that they can add to your book. So it's kind of, it's going to be hit or miss on exactly if it's going to fit your particular book or for your particular niche. All right, so let's talk about some benefits of freelancers. I love freelancers, and at the end of the video I'll explain why I use freelancers for one niche and why I use companies for another niche. So be sure to stick around for that. Freelancers are great for one main reason, and that's flexibility. I love being able to work with my writers and have them help morph the book into exactly what I have in my mind. I love that. As I said earlier, with companies, it's just not as flexible. Another big benefit of freelancers is price. I've paid as small as $30 for a 5,000 word book, starting off. Now, albeit quality of that book I redid and spent another $40 down the road to improve it and make it a lot better. But bottom line is freelancers are a lot cheaper than companies if you know how to negotiate your prices well. Another advantage of freelancers that I really like is being able to check in on the work on a regular basis. Companies don't really allow you to kind of see your book as it's being made. With freelancers, I make mine share their work on Google Doc, so I'm checking in like every few days, every week, or whatever I feel like, and just seeing how their work's done to make sure it's going in the direction that I want it to go in. Now, some of the negatives with freelancers. One, you have to hire them. You have to hire them and you have to go through the whole interview process. Now, for some people who have not interviewed people before, that can be a little intimidating. You have to make sure you're going to get somebody who's going to be honest, going to give you 100% original work, is not going to rip you off, And you know, you got to make sure that they're spelling, their grammar, the book's edited and proofread, and there's a lot of extra additional steps that go along with hiring freelancers. You also have to have them sign a ghostwriter agreement, right? To make sure that if your book blows up, they can't all of a sudden hold you hostage and say, hey, I wrote that book for you, I want more money. All these things you have to make sure you've covered when you're hiring freelancers. So, and another negative thing about a freelancer, or just not so positive, is you can't scale up fast. With freelancers, you typically have one person writing the books. That one person can't do 10 books in a month. They might only be able to do 1 or 2. With companies, you're able to scale up as fast as you want. My advice to anyone starting off, and this is exactly what I did too, is when you're starting off with your very first book, I honestly think you should hire a company over a freelancer. The reason is this. When you're brand new, there's so much going on, so much you're learning with everything. The last thing I think a brand new publisher should be worried about is having to deal with editing, proofreading, you know, making sure the book's original and all of that. That's why I think all-in-one companies are great for that particular reason for a brand new publisher. Once you've published a couple books, it could even be 2 books, and you're more comfortable with the process, move on to a freelancer. Try them out for sure. You can get some amazing, amazing freelance work done from Upwork and various sites. But I really think as a brand new publisher, if it's your first book, save yourself the headache and just go with a company. Go with a reputable writing company and just get that all-in-one service, get your book up and published, and go through that process 1 or 2 times, and then start taking a look at you know, maybe some freelance options. So let's talk about what I'm doing. I use both. I use a freelancer and a company. Now, why I use both is because of the niches that I'm in. For one of my niches, I use freelancers because the books, well, I care about the books a lot more. This is the niche I'm passionate about. This is the niche I'm involved in more. And I really am starting to build a reputation in this niche and become an authority figure. And I want the books a certain way. I don't think I could get that same type of customization. Is that a word? That same type of flexibility with a writing company. So I use freelancers, and now I'm using 2 freelancers. Before, for months, I was only using 1 freelancer, and that really hurt the growth of my business a lot. And in fact, that was one of the main reasons I haven't been able to scale up as fast as I wanted to. But now I have a couple freelancers, and I'm ongoing doing more interviews for additional freelancers, because I found a system that works to get multiple people doing high quality work, and it's all kind of the same style now. So that's one of the reasons I use freelancers for that particular niche. Now, the other niche that I'm in, I use companies, or one company. And I do that purely because this is a niche I just want to scale up in quickly. The books, I have an interest in them, but I nowhere near the same type of passion that I have for this other niche. So this other niche, really honestly, this is just a niche I'm looking to pump out some good quality books in and just make some money. I'm not building a brand around that niche or anything like that that I am doing with this other niche. So that's why I use freelancers for, companies, or a company rather, for this particular niche. So anyways, I hope that gave you a bit more clarity on if you should go with freelancers or companies when you're brand new. Ultimately, it's best to try both of them out once you've had a bit of experience. Yeah, what are you using right now? Hit me up in the comments. Are you using freelancers? Are you using companies? Did I miss any positive points with freelancers, or any positive points with companies, or negative points for that matter on either topics? Let me know what your thoughts are on freelancers and companies in the comment section below, guys. And if you're new, take a look around the channel. Consider subscribing if you like what you're seeing for more great videos like this. And as always, guys, I'm Emeka. Can't wait to see you guys next video. Take care. Freelancers are awesome for the following reasons: flexibility or customizability. What's the word for like customizationable? Customal? No. Customization? Is customization a word? Customization. Okay, freelance.